60 seconds.
Buzz, is it me? Is that what it is? I can't hear you. Yeah, turn up the gain.
You used to be Amish? Is that...
Hello, welcome to the show. Would you mind telling me how many contestants are playing the game today? Oh, poor you. You don't have any friends today. Oh, well, let's have your name.
You're saying that about a bunch of people that...
They lie through their teeth.
Yeah. Player one.
Oh, yeah, are you here for a 7-question tournament-length game or a full 21-question deal? What do you want? Hey, you're the boss. Done.
30 seconds.
Okay, your buzzer is the letter B on your keyboard. That's B as in bring home the bacon and fry it up in a pan. You know, that whole thing.
Look at that ants in your pants and making it happen.
Like no one knows.
Everybody knows, but at least we can keep up.
Hey, we got 20. All right. A question comes on the screen. You think you know the answer, you buzz in, you pick one of the choices on the screen. You with me? Good.
10 seconds.
Okay, is everybody set?
9.
Very good. Okay, lose the desktop, please.
7.
Okay, and go to black.
Cleanup is a
5.
breeze. Don't forget to try the even slower cooking.
3.
Stand by.
Cross the line of good taste into great taste.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide.
Hey, all right. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Looks like it's just the two of us. You ready to party? All right, go ahead. Okay, coming up, this category is waxed legs and saddle sores. Get this right, get $2,000. All right, look carefully at this picture and tell me which combination of movie titles best describes this picture. Taxi Dances with Wolves, Some Like It Ugly, The Magnificent Seven, Your Itch, or High Nooner. The Magnificent Seven was a cool cowboy flick, and Marilyn Monroe's skirt flew up in The 7-Year Itch. They tried a similar scene with James Coburn in The Magnificent Seven, but for some reason it ended up on the cutting room floor. This category is when you eat way too much chili. $2,000 riding on this one. All right, fingers limbered, cause here comes the question. Where are you likely to find the greatest number of raging cases of butt rot? A meatpacking plant, a cigarette factory, a child daycare center, or a tree farm? Butt rot is a disease that attacks the trunks of trees. But I think Pinocchio also suffered occasional flare-ups. Come on, we need a cat. You and me, baby, makes three. This one's gonna be keeping your Spanish fly zipped. And this one's worth $2,000. Poor old Zorro. Imagine the years are finally starting to leave their mark on the sword-fighting hero's love life. If Zorro wanted to put some swash back into his buckle by taking the so-called aphrodisiac Spanish fly, which of the following is not a likely side effect he would suffer? Nipple-shaped hives covering his body, a persistent erection under his cape, an irritated bladder lining, or death? Here's what you should have picked. Spanish fly is made from the powdered remains of certain dried beetles and can cause all sorts of nasty side effects. But they don't cause nipple-shaped hives. Zorro must be wearing that mask because of the paternity suit. Okay.
The light sounds of question 4.
The category is Mad Dogs and English Women. This might be a hard one. $3,000. Okay, now listen up. You're driving down King's Road in London when your cab accidentally sprays a pedestrian with mud and, oh no, it's Princess Di. Now, as you drive away, you can see the fair princess waving her fist in the air and cursing wildly. Noting her anger, what might your cabbie call her? A Tweety, a Cheeky Chelsea, a Dim Duchess, or a Shirty Bird? let me take a second of my time to show you what's right. Shirty is British slang for angry, and a bird is a girl. I guess Di would be pretty pissed after a mud splash, but hey, at least a bird didn't shirt on her. How about it?
Number 5.
And we call this one, well, I'll be witched. Okay, the right answer nets you $1,000. Imagine this episode of Bewitched. Samantha asks the goofy maid Esmeralda to vacuum the living room, but instead she makes the living room into a vacuum. What has Esmeralda done? She's removed all matter from the room. She's electrically charged the room's ion. She's increased the air pressure to 100 psi, or she's heated the room to 300 degrees Kelvin. Esmeralda would have to remove all matter from the room to create a vacuum. You should have seen what happened when she was asked to make Tabitha lunch. Take your pick. What do you say? Can you dig it? Here's 6. Category, let's do it. Grim and Barrett. And this one's gonna be worth $1,000. Okay, hang tight, put your fingers on your buzzers, here's the question. If the descendants of the brothers Grimm wrote a fairy tale combining the epic poem Beowulf with the story of the kids that ate the ginger, Hansel and Grendel. Grendel's the monster Beowulf kills. I much prefer the wholesome fairy tale about children that are abandoned by their parents and are then almost cooked and eaten. Alright, go ahead and pick an outstanding selection, because under that category is one major league point-racking question, the Dis or Dat. Category for this Dis or Dat question is Dr. Seuss and Spelling for Idiots. Listen carefully. I'm going to read off 7 items, and for each one, I want you to tell me. Oh, okay, you already know what you're doing. Let's put 30 seconds on the clock then. Let's dance. Fedora, cat or hat? Lynx. Ocelot. Stetson. Ham. Hooray. Last one. That's all 7. Perfect. And with time to spare, here you go. Yeah, that blows a little sunshine into your total. All right, let's blow on to the next question. Come on.
Here's why we hate number 8.
The category. This episode brought to you by Ennui. This one's gonna be $3,000. Get your fingers ready. Here's one coming at ya. If you were to cast Sesame Street characters in Samuel Beckett's play Endgame, who would be the best choice to play Ham's father? Grover, the Count, Oscar the Grouch, or Miss Piggy? In Beckett's play Endgame, Ham's parents live in garbage cans. You know, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that I'd be grouchy too if I had to live in a garbage can. How about it?
It's party time.
Here comes number 9.
The category is the only gum my cheerleader lets me chew. 2 G's for a right answer. All right, here we go. Imagine the Wrigley Corporation comes out with a new line called Spirit Gum. What misunderstanding might this name cause? Dentists will use it in reconstructive work. Parapsychologists will think it's ectoplasm. Actors will try and stick beards on with it. Or traditional coopers will seal barrels with it. Actors use spirit gum to stick on false hair. And they use spearmint gum to keep from grossing out their co-stars in love scenes. Take your pick. What do you say? And this question's category is dots aren't just for eyes. Get it right, get $2,000. Okay, hit your buzzer when you know the answer and then type it in. You know, I'm trying to remember. What's the name of that thing? You know, you use it in a sentence. You use it when there's no conjunction. It relates to 2 independent clauses in a compound sentence. Come on, make... A semicolon is sometimes used between the two clauses of a compound sentence instead of a conjunction. It's also used when you don't have the strength to write a full colon. Well, round 1 is done. Let's dive into round 2. Now remember, round 2 means double the value of the questions, which means more cash won or more cash lost. Let's go. Okay.
It's 11 minus 1 plus 2 minus 1 is 11.
Category Atlas and fine furniture. Get this right, you're bringing home $6K. After a rough day holding up the world, Atlas kicks back and puts his feet up on the Ottoman Empire. Assuming the Ottoman Empire is at its largest size, which cities would not have to put out a stinky sock alert? Cairo and Baghdad, Athens and Mecca, Nairobi and Timbuktu, or Budapest and Jerusalem? Nairobi and Timbuktu were not part of the Ottoman Empire, so they do not have to worry about giant stinky socks. There is, however, a 4-alarm sweaty loincloth alert. Come on, 12.
Celebrity voice impersonated.
Alright, next up. Grind that organ, baby. This one's worth $4,001 bills. Okay, get your fingers ready. Let's get busy. What can a Jacobson's organ do that a Hammond or a Wurlitzer cannot? Play itself, imitate bird calls, impregnate a woman, or detect odors. The Jacobson's organ is an olfactory apparatus present in many reptiles. So, I guess a Jacobson's organ could tell you if your plane stinks. Thank you. Alright, go ahead and pick.
Take the elevator ride to 13.
And this category is Somebody's Going to Hell. $2,000 for right answer. Hang on tight, cause here we go. If St. Peter were to slip outside the gates of heaven and tumble down to earth, whom could he see about borrowing? Not to be confused with Jacobson's organ, St. Peter can borrow Jacob's ladder. It may seem juvenile, but Jacob actually gets a lot of business out of that banana peel joke. How about it? We need a...
The number in your dreams, 14.
Okay, coming up, this category is... I like the wacky next-door neighbor, Linnaeus. Pop a right answer, you got 4K. Okay, peel your eyes, free your mind, cause here we go. Which of the following TV shows does not contain one of the classifications of living? There's no classification called company. Which just goes to prove my theory that the Ropers were not from this planet. Come on, we need a...
I want your 15.
The category is Flicka Your Bicka, and this one's worth $4,000. Okay, take a shot at this. If Flicka from the movie My Friend Flicka were to star in a sequel called My Friend Wicca, what might the movie be about? A goat that cross-dresses, a dog that knows sign language, a horse that practices witchcraft, or a rabbit math? Flicka's a horse, and Wicca is a neo-pagan religion. And I'm not gonna make any jokes here, because I don't want to be turned into a newt. Okay, pick a cat.
King 16!
And we call this one the PTL Club in Wonderland. Get this right, get $2,000. Ready? Let's pretend there's a new chapter to Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, featuring a character based on televangelist Pat Robertson. Suppose this new character is called the Cheshire Pat. Judging by the characters in the Alice books, what behavior might this character exhibit? Becoming two-dimensional like a playing card, fading from view until only his smile remains, shrinking until he's only a few inches tall, or smoking and eating gigantic mushrooms. The Cheshire Cat was the crazy animal that would slowly disappear. Kind of like Pat in his political career. Take your pick. What do you say? Uh-oh, Chessbutt sits grime floor.
It's time for a Ticklish Catch.
The category for this gibberish question: Susanna Hoffs gets mad. And we're starting off with 10K on this gibberish question. Now, you're going to have about 30 seconds to solve this puzzle, and I'm going to be taking away a little bit of cash every second and a half. Okay, now tell me, with what location does this rhyme? The curve blew, a guy bangle, and remember, don't let the punctuation bangle you up. First hint, okay, go for it. It's the perfect place to get away from it all! Come on, we need a...
18.
This one's gonna be Diary of a Mild-Mannered Scientist. We got $4,000 on the table. Imagine an episode of Gilligan's Island in which Gilligan stumbles on this entry in the professor's diary. June 7th. Hey, that's my birthday. I observed many multicolored casphenolic spheroids whizzing about on a rectangular metamorphic mineral surface bounded by elastic barriers. What is being described? A foosball tournament, a game of pool, a pinball machine, or bowling? The professor's diary describes balls on a slate surface with rubber bumpers. In other words, a game of pool. A longer and far more detailed entry describes Ginger racking the balls. Alright, go ahead.
Question 19.
This category is Lassie, Don't Come Home. $2,000 riding on this one. Check this out. Imagine a place called the Hollywood Cruelty Delicatessen, which serves the finest cuts of popular animal celebrity. Babe, the pig would give you the pork, and Orca, the killer whale, would provide the blubber. And I always like my orca fried up with some okra. How about it? We need a category.
The Fresh Saver. 20.
Category, let's do it. The underappreciated Christmas gift. $4,000 behind this one. Okay, hang tight, put your fingers on your buzzers. Here's the question. Which of the following would you not find in a series of calendars featuring pinups from the Chinese zodiac? Miss Dog, Miss Gorilla, Miss Pig, or Miss Tiger? There is no year of the gorilla. So there'd be no Miss Gorilla, which is okay by me. I'm not really into back hair. Come on, we need a category. The attack is now. Oh, you already know the way this works. Alright, make sure your match fits this clue. CAT scan. Speaking of which, here's another expensive procedure. Good luck. Amazing! Let's check out what it did to your score. That's the game! Well, you cleaned up. Not like you had any competition, though. So I'd like to tell you that you're amazing. But all I can really tell you is...
You don't know Jack!
Thanks all around. Good show. Let's roll commercial, please. And Cookie, what's going on with these players?
Well done, player. You must know a lot about a bunch of stupid crap to get on the high scoreboard for this game. Listen, when you're done telling the neighbors about it, tell me if you want to play again.
Feet stink. You like that, don't you? Yeah! Don't you wish you could massage my tender, sweet feet right now? Don't you wish you could suck on my rough and gnarled toes? You can. Just dial 976-CORN. But please, do it now. There's some fungus with your name on it. Call me.
Are you troubled by the uncertainty of your future? Who isn't? Do you have questions about love, money, and career? Of course you do. My name is Rami Darfay, but you can call me Bob. Think of me as your friend who's kinda psychic. Call me at 1-900-IC. I can see into your mind. I know you want to call. Do it now. Your first 3 questions are free. Hello?
Is this Bob?
Yep, it is. That's 1.
Are you a psychic?
Yes, I am. That's 2.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, you may. That's 3. Call 1-900-IC. If you're under 18, call anyway. I can see into your parents' minds. They want you to call. Did you just have an appendectomy? I think you're going to...
Hey, it's Chucky the Chipmunk. Get him!
Whoa! Hey, you kids, quit nibbling at my head. Why don't you pick on someone your own size?
Come on, Chucky. Just let us nibble on you. You're chucktastic.
No way! Try to catch me, you crazy kids. Whoa! Whoa!
You crazy chipmunk. Everyone knows that fruity chocolate corn puppies are for children, 'cause they're chucktastic.